Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. The Bible said, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Welcome to Lifeline with Comfort. On today's episode of Lifeline with Comfort, we are going to look at the word purpose. When we return, I'll expatiate a little bit about purpose, and I'll tell you the definition and things you must know to help you live a purpose-filled life. Don't go away. Welcome back to Lifeline with Comfort. Winston S. Churchill said something. He said, it is not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. On today's episode, we are looking at purpose. But if this is your first time on Lifeline with Comfort, I will be so happy. I'm so happy, I beg your pardon, to have you here. It's a community, so I want you to please engage. If this is your first time, kindly drop a comment, like, and subscribe. You can also turn on your notification button so that you can be back here with my other family members next week. And if this is not your first time, thank you for always returning back, and your encouraging comments and your emails have kept us going. I do appreciate you. I would like to ask you to lavishly share this broadcast as we continue. Like I said, Winston Churchill said, it is not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. The first question I want to ask you on this broadcast is, what has God called you to be? What do you know as your purpose right here on earth? You need to understand very quickly. A man of God I love so much said, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. What is the purpose for which God created you now? Why were you not born in the 1950s? Why is it that you have not died? Why is it that you're located where you are? Why is it that you're in the profession you are in? Why is it that you're married? Are you married because everyone is married? Why is it that you're still single? Are you just still single because you can't find a man to be married to? All of those questions have answers. When a product is designed for a function. Why are you a male and not a female? Why are you female and not a male? Why are you in business and you're not in school? You must know the purpose for which you are created. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. As we continue this year, we must sit down and ask ourselves these vital questions. Is this what my manufacturer designed me to be? There was a woman I love so much in scriptures. Her name is Esther. She got to stay with her uncle and Mordecai, and she was living her life. There was nothing lavish about their life. There was nothing big about their life. And then somehow Esther got into a contest of marriage, I'll call it. And she was chosen after Vashti was displaced. And when she was chosen, she became the queen. But she became a queen in a time that was quite difficult for her people. The difficulty was an enemy called Haman. And Haman was bent on dealing with Esther and the Jews. And so Mordecai looked at Esther and said, excuse me, ma'am, do you think you became a queen just to look beautiful? Have your nails done? Have your hair made? Just go around and, command people around the palace and all that. No! You are here for such a time as this. And I pose that to you. That in that company, in that organization, you are there to create a change. In that marriage, you are actually there for an assignment. Do you know that some people's complete purpose is to be carriers of some destinies? Some of you are meant to carry children that will eventually become captains of industries. Some of you by yourself are meant to bring out witty inventions. Some of you are like David. What is it God created you to be? God positioned you in that family for a purpose. What is the purpose? God positioned you in that country for a purpose. What is the purpose? On your street, God has put you there for a purpose. What is that purpose? You are not an accidental discharge to humanity. You are created on an assignment. And until you know the purpose for which you are created, you continue to abuse the opportunities that may come your way. The intelligence you have, do you think it's everybody that have retentive memory like you? Maybe you're a writer. It's possible you are a content creator. It's possible you are a teacher. It's very possible you are a doctor. I read of a man that inspired me so much. His grandson, I beg your pardon, was a student in a school he came back to. He was 77 years old. He came back to have his bachelor's degree in law. I beg to tell you, it's not a story I just read, because I know the family. And the man is about between 93 and 95 years old right now. And he still goes to the magistrate court. He knew that his life was designed for a certain thing, and no matter how old he was, he still pursued that dream. Once you find out your purpose, the next thing you must do is to pursue it as if things are going out of fashion. Now I want to show you something really, really quickly. The book of Job chapter 33 verse 17, the Bible said that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Once man becomes proud, because here is one thing I know with God. If he hands over one talent to you, he expects you to do something with it. And then you realize the other things that he has put inside of you. And so this scripture is saying that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Anytime pride sets in, you are just a wonderful preacher and you become very robust and proud, the inherent music ministry you may have put in you may not come out. Maybe anytime you become, okay, you know what, let me even hide this talent God has given me. Let me hide this purpose and let me not bring it out. God will carry it like he did in the parable of the talent and give it to those that are making use of it. It's a tragedy to live down here on earth and not realize why God puts you here. Once you forget why God created you, you will not be able to maximize the reason for your living. There's a man, I love his story so much. His name is Jack Canfield. He said, if you can tune into your purpose and really align with it, setting goals so that your vision is an expression of that purpose, then life flows much more easily. The biggest drive you have is yourself. What do I mean? Once you have your purpose written, you know what God called you to do. Nobody will confuse you. Just before the broadcast, I was speaking to a sister of mine that came to help me. As a matter of fact, the hair I've used, the makeup I've used in the last 4 or 5 videos that you are watching was done by De La Rose. And I was having a conversation with her. And I said, there was one time someone told me that, you know, you are very good with cooking. Why don't you start cooking and selling food? And I looked at him and I said, thank you so much. He was someone I respect very much. And I said, thank you so much for your thoughts and your advice. But that's not what I'm called to do. I will not be able to sustain cooking and selling beyond 1 month. In fact, that's me crediting myself. I wouldn't, because I'm not wired to. Yes, I can cook and entertain people. I kind of heard that I'll win one award for the best jollof rice in Edinburgh. Okay, if you're in Edinburgh, let me know. You have to eat my jollof rice. A lot of people say, oh, you eat jollof rice really nicely. You make jollof rice, I beg your pardon, really nicely. But that doesn't mean that's what I am created to do. I tell you the truth. From eating my nice jollof rice, maybe if I have to do it every day, it becomes terrible, because that's not what I am wired to do. Some people are called to sit in the marketplace and they are business analysts. Some people are called to be accountants. Some people are called to be worship leaders. I remember also someone gave me a call, someone I love so much, and she said, I kind of think your music ministry has to come out now. And I said, ma'am, I love you so much. Thank you for your advice. But not now. I didn't say never. Never say never. Because you don't know what God has fashioned. Listen, when you make use of what God has put into you, He would increase it. That's God's natural formula. He gave the talent. He gave 5 to someone. He gave another 2 and he gave 1. The one that had 5, when he used it, he had 10 after a while. The one that had 2, when he used it, he had 2 after a while. And the one that had 1 didn't use it, and God took that one and gave it to another person. So once you use what God has given you, once you live within purpose, yes, He will add more, but the timing must be determined also from heaven. So like Jack Canfield said, if you can tune into your purpose and really align with it, setting goals so that your vision is an expression of that purpose, then life flows more easily. You struggle because you are putting so much effort in what God didn't call you to do. If God called you to be a writer and you are speaking, you're off guard, man. Except you have written so much and you say, hey, I want to add something. You start speaking tomorrow. Or, sometimes we neglect what God has done. You don't even know what God has. When this was raining, online marketing, Bitkino, or what did I call it? Everything you're trying to do, everything. What has God proposed for you to do? May I say that God can also speak to you to do something last year. And in the new year, He will say, no, that's not the part. The Bible said there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end is destruction. You must be very careful to walk within God's purpose for your life. I may not want to end just here. I want to tell you something, one very important thing that you must know. Once your purpose is spelled out clearly, you must now write them down. I did a video earlier in the year on vision, but I think I'll put the link up for you to see. But that will help you to map out. Yes, I know my purpose. I'm called to be a singer. I'm called to be a worshiper. I'm called to be a caterer. I'm called to be whatever God called you to be. You then write it down. The Bible says write your vision and make it plain. Then you pursue it so that when solicited or unsolicited advices come, you remember what your purpose is and stick to it. If you stick long enough, you will see a manifestation. I hope this video was a blessing to you. If this is your first time, like I said, I love and celebrate you. I want you to please subscribe, turn on your notification button, drop comments, let's know how it has been a blessing to you. Until this time next week, the Lord bless you and make you live within your purpose, the purpose for which He has created you. In Jesus' name.